said God Will Find a Way is your most vulnerable song in a sense of what you said to me about it being a plea to God when you were in your lowest time. Tell me about that time.
Yeah, well, I just come back from Brazil, drinking ayahuasca, and it was a really powerful experience. And also I was been pretty burned out from traveling all year. It was in 2024, so I left Bali at the start of the year. You know, across the year I'd been in Australia, Texas, Australia, Bali, Australia, Texas, Australia, New Zealand, Australia, Spain, all through Europe, England, France, back to the US, then Brazil, then back to the US. That was the amount of travel I'd done that year. I was just like exhausted, I wasn't sleeping well, and yeah, I guess I wasn't like very happy, you know? I was feeling pretty unhappy and pretty unsettled in myself, really. Looking back on it in my relationship too, which is not a relationship anymore. I felt angry and frustrated. It was like 2 to 4 a.m. in the morning. This is so many nights in a row. I just like couldn't sleep, couldn't get to sleep, couldn't fall asleep. Like no matter how many sleeping tablets I took, melatonin, it was like so hard for me to sleep. And then I was like sleeping through the day and I felt like shit, honestly. So I was angry, I was pissed off. I felt abandoned by God. I felt like really hard done by. And I, went into the spare room and one night I just started writing, and this is what came out. And I guess, me writing was like a form of surrender in a way. Like I don't know how else to fix this. I'm not sleeping. This has been recurring now for weeks. I don't know what else to do. So I guess it must be happening for me, not to me. And there's something here for me, so I'm just gonna write. And so I started writing, and that's where all the lyrics came out. And I'm pretty sure I wrote all but like one verse in that sitting right then and there. And originally it was an acoustic song. I strummed a few chords and I don't know, maybe. I'm alone in the dark, darkness, I cannot feel you. I'm crying out your name. I don't know, that last chord's right. It was something like that. That was like the extent of what I could really create at that time. And nothing ever came of it. And then, 8 months later, I was learning Ableton and I decided to start putting this song down, and I kind of never really loved it in the chords that I had created for it like that. And so I just started layering, different parts of electric guitar on, adding some reverb and, creating a sound that I like wanted to hear it with, and then started to come through pretty easily.
So God Will Find a Way is essentially your first self-produced record before James hopped on and you guys co-wrote it or produced it, finalized it. How has the song changed from when you first were writing it, working in Ableton, and then when James got here?
I mean, honestly, not much. Like I'd written pretty much all the parts to it. The whole outline of the song was there. I'd laid all that down. I had vocals down, recorded. The things that James kind of helped me with was, dynamically like adding backing vocals, just some musical guidance, I think, to be like, to lift the song in different areas and bring more out of it. So you can hear in parts, there's like a ha, so, like lots of backing vocals like that. I think that might have been a different key, but if anyone goes and matches that against the song. Yeah. And then also like the drums, he helped me program in, because I could play it on the drum kit what I wanted. There's a lot of drum fills. I didn't know, like it was harder to program it in. I'm not an experienced producer, so he helped me just like piece it together, I would say. And the thing that I have historically struggled with when I was producing my own stuff was how do I finish a song? How do I end it? And how do I transition as well? So there'd be, here's the verse, here's the chorus, and it would feel somewhat stop-start a little bit. I didn't know how to smoothly transition as when I was recording. Obviously if I'm playing guitar, I know how to do that, but so that's kind of what happened.
The song started acoustically and it ended up being kind of like a rock song. Why?
I don't actually enjoy playing acoustic stuff as much as I love like hearing my sound be like more of a full band sound. You know, to me, a lot like I was saying this to you the other day, but like a lot of the music that I hear is really expensive to make. I can hear like an orchestra playing. You know, I've written it down. I've already started to compose an orchestral opening for a song that I want to create on the next album. It's like, of course, we can program in strings and stuff like that. But ideally, you know, you have real people playing it, recording it, because it sounds more organic, and there's something really special about that. Yeah, that's why. Like, I guess I always have heard my music going beyond just the guitar, but this, you know, the classical guitar is a means for me to test my abilities and learn. And I think there's something really powerful about, you know, being able to take a song like God Will Find a Way and then play it on a classical guitar, you know, in a stripped back rendition, because it requires so much more skill to carry the song in a meaningful way with a guitar just by itself. But that's not how, you know, I don't really imagine many of my songs being simple and just a classical guitar or acoustic guitar. Yeah.
People have said God Will Find a Way is your most authentic song. When they come to you, they said this song sounds the most like you. When people say that, what makes you go, well, why is that? You know, like what resonates when they say that about you?
Yeah, I mean, my brother said that first. You know, he said, yeah, I think you sound the best on that one. It's almost like feels like the most suited to your voice. And then, you know, I've had that feedback from a couple other friends that have heard you know, a few different songs before they've been released. I think probably because this one like fully comes from me, you know, pretty much. It comes from my soul. So there's kind of like a naturalness to the song, because, you know, I'm not singing over the top of chords that someone else put down, or, hey, how about this idea, James playing on the piano, you know, da, 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 you know, and then me pitching my voice up, maybe outside my usual comfortable range to fit the song, or, you know, it was all, okay, well, this is what sounds good to me and is within my range to play as well. I mean, it's a very vulnerable song. Feels like there's a lot of my raw human experience in it, but I'm communicating in a powerful way. You know, even the way the song starts, like the vocals when they come in, it's like right there. It's not soft. It's, you know, the song's kind of driving. I'm alone in the darkness, I cannot feel you. You know, it's got this feeling to it that's like moving forward. And so I think that's why, because it's probably matches my natural authenticity and my energy really well. I'm realizing as I'm writing more at the moment that I have had a natural tendency to struggle emotionally in my life, or mentally rather. Mentally / emotionally, same one feeding the other. And I don't know if that's been obvious to others, and, you know, I've tried to hide it from myself, but it's taken me more effort most of my life to feel happy by default and at peace than it has to not. And I don't know if that's a common experience or not, but sometimes when I look at other people, it feels like they're not having that experience. Yeah, I think maybe this song is like the first time I really let myself express that, you know, properly, that I felt alone. I let myself really express it. I felt alone. I wasn't, you know, I'm not hiding from that feeling. And so, yeah, as I'm writing more at the moment, you know, I am realizing that maybe the people that know me have always felt that from me, and on some level, and maybe I've been trying to hide it from me, you know, or you know, that me letting it out is really just, yeah, I don't know, allowing a sense of realness in my own reality of like what it's almost like admitting to myself what I'm experiencing. Yeah, which is what that moment was, you know.
What do you hope that this song could speak to them and remind them of?
You know, the lyrics are literally me writing how I felt in the moment. You know, they're very, I'm alone in the darkness, I cannot feel you here. But then eventually I get to a point, and I think that's the alchemy of all challenge in our life and struggle is, it's not the struggle or the challenge that's the problem, it's our resistance to it. And then the moment when we surrender into it and allow, instead of, allow everything, resist nothing. And that's the moment where we can connect with God in it. Because to resist our experience, I think, is to resist God on some level. And so, I think my hope for people listening to the song is that they feel moved by it, that they feel moved to stop and listen to it, that it makes them feel something, that it helps them feel closer to God, closer to themselves, that it helps them feel more hopeful about life. And yeah, I mean, ultimately everyone's gonna have their own experience of the song, as I've realized, and so it's almost like not for me to even like put that on anyone. I hope it moves someone, because it moved me, and it does move me. Like it's a passionate song, and I feel passionate when I hear it. I feel free when I get to sing it as well.
What advice would you give someone who's first starting out, whether making music or doing something that's from their heart, any kind of art?
Just do it. Just put it out. It's not easy. Takes a lot of confronting yourself and putting yourself out there, but if this is the thing that you feel called to do, then share it, I mean, there's so many really talented painters, and I got so many talented friends that haven't got their art in the world, and I understand why, because I wasn't releasing anything for a long time. I guess I think that was probably why I always somewhat felt like something was missing in my life. No matter how good at God or how much money I made, I felt like something was missing. It's because I wasn't playing music, wasn't creating music, wasn't putting music out. And I grew up playing music, gave it all up at some point to pursue my career. But yeah, there's almost like no journey worth pursuing, worth following more than this in my experience. You've just got to embrace being a beginner. You've got to embrace sucking at it, and or maybe not a beginner. There's probably a shit ton of people out there who are not beginners and could put out their art. And if you want to do it, embrace the suck and go for it. I think for me, I just got to a point where I don't care what people say. Like if I post an opinion about something or a personal story and people like tear shreds off me because I said this or whatever, sometimes that affects me. But when I share my music and someone doesn't like it, I don't give a fuck. Because that feels most true to me. So
wow.
I'm like, okay. It's okay if you don't like it. I didn't fucking do it for you anyway, I did it for me. So that's it.
So do it for you.
Do it for you, yeah. Do it for yourself. Yeah, it has to be for yourself. I think that's what Rick Rubin says, but I think that's the whole point of art, Otherwise, what are you doing it for? Obviously artists commission stuff for people and shit like that, but I think true art, is your expression, your creative expression of something, and what you enjoy listening to or what you enjoy singing or doing. Sometimes things that feel good sound shit. That's okay. If you don't have to listen to it. Yeah, this is such a fulfilling journey to participate in. So.